Been a while since we played the funky music. Let's get it going, baby. What is everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God, let's go. Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer. Find out why. Whatever the moment. Like tonight, it's never ordinary at Bet365. We're also in the Toyota Winners Lounge. Driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Nuggets get the first win in the first game of the David Adelman era. Or should I say the Jalen Pickett era? Maybe that's what we were calling it that. It's the David Adelman era. Man, what an exciting and interesting game. We were live for all of it, and yet I was able to couch most of the takes. I got Brendan Vogt here.
Man, so happy for the fellas, happy for the fans, and I hope that there is much more to come. What a treat.
Nuggets Nation was wounded. You know, Nuggets Nation was down. They needed this, and they got it.
You could say they were feeling vulnerable.
That's so true. Very vulnerable, but now dangerous. D-Line goes here.
I was afraid I had burned my funk receptors out. I wasn't even sure that I could take in this amount of funk and this funky music. And lo and behold, it just turns out that the Nuggets were too terrible to ever play it.
When was like, Kel, do you remember the last time we played it? It's probably been like
It's been over a month.
Really? Over a month?
Yeah.
My God.
It's like a comfortable pair of shoes. You just slip these shoes back on and you're like, why never stop wearing these shoes?
Why would you ever? We got Harrison Wynn rounding out the show.
I didn't know if I'd be back in Winners Lounge this year, to be honest, man.
We weren't sure, too.
I will never take another Winners Lounge for granted.
Never.
That is my pledge to you guys, to the Toyota chat. I will never take another one for granted.
It's a little tongue-in-cheek, but there really was a world they didn't have another one. You know, that they finished out 0-3 and then went to the play-in and lost.
Serious.
So that didn't happen. Instead, the Nuggets have new life under a new coach, perhaps a new day. Let's do a fast breakdown. First note, good rhythm early. Nuggets came out. One of the questions we had was, were they going to come out like ready to go? I think they did. I think the Nuggets came out with a seriousness tonight. AG was dunking again. Do you guys remember all the dunks in the first quarter?
Yes, dude.
Do you guys remember? We had a finale oop, and then we also had another like finale oop-esque where he caught it in reverse. When was the last time we seen AG? That signature AG, not just the dunk, but you know what? I'm going to reverse this one. I'm trying to include you guys in this.
I usually...
hold on.
Yeah.
Sometimes, there it is. CB was going off, 33-25,
Yes.
Nuggets after one.
That happened.
Yeah, indeed.
So, there you go,
Indubitably.
guys. Yeah, this is like, you guys have ever listened to like hip-hop?
Yeah,
there's like, that's what this part needs.
Brother,
is a little bit.
We don't remember how to do the Winners Lounge.
More air horns?
No, I don't know what's going on here right now.
Second quarter, bench gave up a 9-0 run immediately.
Damn.
Some things never change. More things change, the more they stay the same. But then the bench stormed back.
Let's go.
Adelman called a timeout, and then you were like, oh, God, here we go again. And they came out of that timeout and went on their own 7-0 run. It was kind of nice. Great finish to the half. Nuggets go up 66-58 at the half. 7-0 run to start the third. A very serious, good adjustments, perhaps. Pickett had his own personal 9-0 run in the third quarter. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Did you notice that?
And then the Nuggets started putting it on them. Jokic had a triple-double in the third quarter with like 4 minutes to go. It was pretty beautiful. But the Kings closed. The Nuggets almost had this game put away in the third quarter. They were up pretty big, but the Kings closed it on a big run that made it 93-83. We go to the fourth quarter. Kings made a small run, cut it to 7. So Jokic comes back in. 7 minutes, 37 seconds to go. The Kings cut it all the way down to 4. AG hit a huge 3 that stopped the bleeding. And I honestly think that was the sliding doors moment. Denver just needed something to go in for them. They got it. Levine answered with the 3. Then there was a timeout. MPJ hit a crazy tough 3. You guys remember that one? And then the sealer, back and forth. But the sealer was Pickett in the corner. I think Nuggets were up like 5 or 6 with a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes to go. It's like right there. Pickett corner 3,
boy.
Put it out of reach, and the game was
Let's go.
over.
Let's freaking go, dude. What a night. What a day.
Let's go to some Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways. All of our Red Hawk Roofing, if we went back and did all the Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways in order of the last like 4, 5, 6 games,
nothing would
they're
encapsulate.
all sad. It's just like sad.
It's like,
so bad.
my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways that I don't deserve
suck.
happiness.
But today's are fun. All right, start us off, Wind.
My Red Hawk roofing big takeaway is that Nikola Jokic looked like a different guy tonight.
That's the great. Yep.
He looked like a different guy, man. I mean, first of all, Nikola Jokic was averaging 40 points per game in the Nuggets' last 3 losses.
My God.
0-3 in that stretch.
Sick to my
There was
stomach.
no chance he was scoring 40 in this game because he wasn't looking to score. He was playing the type of game he wanted to, man.
Yeah.
The Nuggets offense, for some reason, had gotten so centered around Nikola Jokic. It was unhealthy for the whole team. Like, Jokic was putting up crazy numbers, but overall, there wasn't a healthy balance with everybody else. They got back to a great balance tonight, and I think Nikola Jokic played exactly the type of offensive game that he wanted to. I mean, when you look at his numbers, the triple-double in the third quarter, but he had 20 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. He only took 12 shots. Like, this was the type of offensive game he wanted to play. He didn't have to force anything. He got to let others cook. He got to get others involved. It didn't seem like the offense was centered around him like it was over this last stretch of games. They didn't run the play nearly as much as they had as of late. And Yoke looked happy to be out there, man. There was joy to his play. He was dapping up Lane Pickett after a defensive rotation. He was commanding the Nuggets huddle in this game, drawing on the whiteboard. We haven't seen that in a while. And I had heard that Michael Malone was not a fan of that. And maybe that's why we hadn't seen that. But he was on the whiteboard. He was commanding the huddle. Yeah. And he was loving it out there tonight. He was a different guy.
He really was, man. There's a lot to pull on that. So we're going to circle back because it's a great Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. We could do the whole first segment on just that. But D-Line.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. We're back. We are so back. Listen, I don't care. Like I said this last night, vibes are hard to understand and they're hard to change. They're hard to move, but they're not hard to change. Like if you get one win, if you get a little bit of success, if you taste the right like things are going correctly, like the vibes can shift very quickly. And the Nuggets feel like a very different team all of a sudden. Granted, it's one game, one win, but it feels big, man. It feels monumental. And a lot of it is about what you were saying, Win. Like Nikola Jokic looked as though he was enjoying himself. And not like enjoying himself like, oh, this is a fun day in the park. Like he had his station. He was on the horse, leading the charge. He was the war general. He was barking at guys. He was dapping guys up. He was just involved, and it felt right. It felt beautiful to behold. And again, the emoji of the game is the pregnant man. The Nuggets are reborn through David Edelman. Let's go.
If you didn't wear it on the watch along, that's so confusing. Brennan Vogt?
Yeah, I think, the Jokic stuff is the big, I think, thread to pull on. You hit on it there, Win. For me, it was the leadership part. I think he touches on this a bit in his quotes after the game, which we will get to in a second, but it reminded me of Jokic's quotes after the Washington loss when he said, where I come from, like, maybe your paychecks are a little smaller or you just don't get them. Like, there are consequences to not performing. And we talked about how it seemed like the team responded to that. Josh put his foot down, and Josh sent a very, very loud message. And for one game so far, the team responded to it. But also, I thought Jokic sort of recognized the importance of the moment. I don't think it's as simple as Malone's gone and now Jokic is happy.
Right.
I think it was, I understand that if the season has any life, any legs, it's got to start right now tonight. And I thought it was reflected in him out there clapping at Pickett for his team defense in the second quarter, him not having his voice by the end of the game, being vocal on the sideline. Katie Wingy tweeted there was a lot of one-on-one coaching and conversations, the stuff we've sort of really hoped to see more of from Jokic. And I just thought as a leader, he recognized that his team needed him tonight, his voice tonight, his leadership tonight, and he led with that. And I'm really, really happy to see it, because if these guys are going to have any belief, it starts with him inspiring it and encouraging it and fostering it. And I thought he led tonight, and that was really, really great to see.
I like it, man. These are all good. My very Jokic centric, so I'll swerve a little bit.
What could this be?
I mean, for good reason.
Take it.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, David Adelman. We wondered what was going to be the fingerprints, right? Like what is going to be different? I'll give you a couple things. One, Yoke not being as central to the offense, meaning it was like they knew what to do when the ball didn't go to him, which most of the time, it's not only when Yoke's not on the court, it's even like, oh, they're fronting him or something. What do we do? Tonight, the Nuggets had guys attacking. Peyton Watson attacked off the dribble tonight and had a nice little move. Like, there was a lot of freedom in the half-court creativity. And then Russell Westbrook had 17 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
The last time he played and played fewer than 20 minutes was December 5th.
Yep.
This is the fewest moments he has played in 4 months. That, to me, is the loudest thing, and I'm not even trying to...
He's had worse games than he had today.
And he's had worse games. I'm not even trying to dog on him or any of this, but you go with Jalen Pickett, effectively a rookie. I know he's a second-year guy. 31 minutes, and you go with Russ 17. To me, David Adelman, willing to make such a bold move on his first one. I know in the pregame you guys said you weren't surprised. I was surprised. Because I do think a coach in that spot, it would be very easy to go to the veterans or just go to the safety net or go to this or that. To not only play Pickett that many minutes, but to not play Russ, to have a new texture to the offense and different things going in. Yes, guys met him tonight. Jokic gave it his all. Aaron Gordon gave it his all. Guys gave a lot of energy out there. But David Adelman, I thought this game was interesting enough and what was unique about it compared to other games this year that I think it was not just I'm going to take the reins and drive this how we were doing it. It was, I'm going to make a change. We're going to have a different identity in small ways for the rest of this year and maybe into the future.
You know, it's interesting. Blackburn put out side-by-side rotation charts from the Pacers game to tonight. Overall, the rotation not that different. The big difference was, I thought, a seeming willingness to go back to Pickett from Russ after some tough stretches from Russ,
Yes.
right? So
Just
it
get
wasn't
Russ off the court.
Well, Peyton Watson, 25 minutes is also a lot, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it didn't look like. I think the biggest difference was just how quickly he took Russ off and went back to Pickett. To me, that's
Before Jokic in the fourth.
was the biggest rotation difference. And I think a lot of fans are happy to see that right now with the way those last few games went. So
It's like read and react coaching.
Oh, yeah. There we
As
go.
opposed to just having like the set rotations. Like, well, we're going to roll with our guys. These are our guys. Like, and I don't say that. I mean, listen, like this is for me specifically pretty bittersweet. I mean, like, it's beautiful to watch our Denver Nuggets come back. It's beautiful to see life breathe back into their lungs, into their overall well-being, and just for them to look reborn. It sucks that it's without Michael Malone, but I mean, there were things that you saw that the way that the game went that were in stark contrast to the way that you know that it would have been handled before, and also in certain players' demeanor on the court and effort given. So it's hard not to. I mean, obviously, this is one game. There's a new coach bump that you have to factor in.
Sure.
You know, you can't necessarily make definitive, declarative statements other than we're back, but it's just. You know, it's interesting. We'll say that much. It's interesting to see how much dynamics can change with a change on the bench like that.
Yeah. I mean, Adelman having the guts to pull Westbrook was a huge takeaway from tonight.
I agree.
I mean, clearly, man. I mean, that we've been in that situation so many times over the last couple of weeks, and that hasn't happened. The fact that it happened in Adelman's first game was huge. I mean, absolutely huge. And I thought that was a great stat. I mean, this was the fewest minutes Westbrook has played since December 5th. I mean, that's crazy. And also, this was a game where Jamal Murray didn't play, you know? It was Jalen Pickett.
Right.
And to have trust in that guy says a lot. So I loved what I saw from Adelman, for sure.
Very interesting. And then another thing about the team tonight, 7 turnovers from the Nuggets.
Yeah.
7.
I know. That's normally a Russ by
Like,
himself.
that's like 12 is usually about north 12, 13, maybe 14's a bad game. Now you're starting to get up there. 7 is so few. And yes, Russ had 3 of them. But even 3 for a guy of like Westbrook's style is not a lot. Some of that was the minute total, but it's still like Denver did a good job of being focused, taking care of the basketball. It was an interesting game and where the basketball went, and there's so much to break down. So we'll get to it on the other side now. Some of the specifics about what's different and why Yoke might be different from here on out. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
just like your favorite team needs home court advantage or not, what the Nuggets, listen, we'll talk about it later. You need home floor advantage in your home, and Empire Today can help you get it. They're flooring experts. They have flooring experts, dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. And if you haven't tried to get a new floor for your home or business, you may not realize how overwhelming and stressful this experience can be. We've all been to the big box stores, you wander endless aisles. Somehow you're hauling all these materials home. Then you need to find an installer. You got to coordinate everything yourself. It can be a lot. With Empire today, they want to simplify it. They bring the showroom right to your home. You can pick the right flooring and the right colors for your space. You can see how it looks in your furniture, in your house with their simulator before you bring it home. Schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. DNVR listeners can receive a $350 discount when using promo code DNVR. You heard that right. That's a $350 discount with code DNVR. Restrictions apply. Visit empiretoday.com/DNVR for full details.
Let's talk about timeline. I don't know if you knew this, D-Line. The cells in our bodies, they're the building blocks of our lives.
The mitochondria is the power.
That's why Timeline is a supplement that works with those cells to help give you more energy, feel stronger during workouts, and preserve health and mobility as you start to age. Their patented ingredient is MitoPure, a postbiotic nutrient that clears our dysfunctional mitochondria, aka your cell's battery packs.
Yeah,
battery packs. Yeah. MitoPure recharges your cells, helps your body systems work better. It's the only supplement clinically proven to rejuvenate health at the cellular level. It's also shown to deliver double-digit increases in muscle strength and endurance without a change in exercise. So right now, Timeline is giving you 10% off your order of MitoPure. Timeline.com/DNVR. Go to Timeline.com/DNVR to get started today. That's Timeline.com/DNVR. Get set up with Timeline and MitoPure. Recharges your cells.
I just realized that you asked me about that, just wondering about my cell knowledge. But then I realized you're asking me because I'm the old person on this set that could use a little MitoPure.
I just asked you because you were sitting right next to me.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
You're the closest person to
It's like when I was like, hey, Aaron, why'd you sell all those clothes? Were you trying to earn Mr. Nuggets points? He was like, no, man, that was a yard sale. Do you ever just sell some stuff? That's what I was doing.
He's like, I'm looking to get $20,011.
Yeah, you idiot.
Back here, segment 2 of the DNVR Nuggets podcast. So let's talk real quickly about who you thought had extra energy today. I think we kind of all talked about Yoke, and
Yoke lost his voice in this game.
And so if we just talk about guys who we thought played extra inspired today, is Yoke number 1?
I'll just say number 1 because he lost his voice. I mean, has that ever happened?
And was demonstrative, like like he was almost making a point to like clap and high five and pick guys up. And to your point, we were joking about the Lane Pickett rotation because it was not that special. It was kind of like a basic play. And he makes it and tips the ball out of bounds, and Yoke comes running over like, yes, great job, man, yes. And you're like, that's weird from Yoke, but I love it.
Yelling so much and coaching so much, he lost his voice. He was up in huddles, drawing up plays, drawing up defenses. So yeah, it's got to start with him, I think.
I think it might be him too, and I'll tell you this. So Yoke, I thought they played through him less. I'm curious to see the touches, to see if this is a below. It'll take a while.
Now they can give him the MVP, though. less touches per game.
Fewer touches.
Yeah.
But I think the fallout of that is that he has more energy for defense. I thought defensively he was active tonight, and I've always thought this. You take a little bit of the load offensively off of him. By the way, no Jamal Murray to do that, and they still accomplished it, and he has a little bit more energy there. Or maybe it was he put more energy on the defensive end, so he had less to give on the offense. I don't know. He was good, triple-double, but that stands out to me.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he recognized it, and we have seen this in the past, by the way, where Jokic, I think Jokic would like to see more starts where it looks like 4 other guys have him going, and when he does, which is rare, he feeds that, right? So, like, I think this was Jokic going, all right, the fellas have it today. I don't have to shoot 35 times. If I lead, if I defend, if we defend.
Yeah.
And so urging guys to keep doing their job to fill their role, which we know is very important to Jokic. Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, this is I mean, I thought he was awesome, of course. We're talking about the highest standards in the world. By no means a Jokic masterclass. But to me, it was the way he led in this game and how much energy he seemed to have for that other stuff. That to me was a stark juxtaposition from I'll drop 60, 10, and 10, but I look like I don't want to be here.
Totally. Yeah, this was like Jokic graduate class. It's like, high level. It's like not, you don't, it's not obvious. You come out, we need you to drop 60 points, 25. Right. It's like, we need you to, as we do everyone else, be part of this larger machine. You cannot do this on your own. And the Nuggets responded, and they responded not only offensively. I mean, they weren't amazing defensively, but considering where they've been the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
better, right?
12 games, like this was an amazing leap defensively. Guys were switching, they were talking, they were giving effort. I mean, again, like if I'm Michael Malone, I'm at home just snapping a pencil watching this game. What good? Like now you okay? I mean, again,
I think knowing Michael Malone, he's smiling. Actually,
I hope so. I mean, listen, I hope
he's
so.
Like, it's good.
I hope so, but I mean, it's for the rest of us, for the survivors here, it's very encouraging. Like there are a lot of very encouraging things in this game that should give you heart and make you feel like this season is far from over.
AG's athleticism tonight, Wind.
His calf has healed.
No calf sleeve.
He was barely moving in that Indiana game.
I know.
Like he would get the ball in the paint. You're like, oh, here comes an AG dunk, and he would just pass it off or something. The 2 straight alley-oops from Jokic tonight, back to back. All the plays he had around the rim. The 3-point shot is back. Apparently, he looked great, man. He looked spry. He was jumping out of the gym again. There was way more energy to him. I'd say he's number 2 on the list. Yeah.
I thought AG got fried on defense.
By who?
Honestly, by almost everyone. I thought he had trouble with switches, communicating switches, executing switches. I thought it was a little too easy for them to score on AG, but he definitely looked really good on those alley-oops.
Physically, though, right? Like, I mean, because even some of the back downs and stuff, and that's the thing for AG is, like, if he's healthy, I feel like we know what we get from him.
I thought we don't
think he'll be healthy.
I thought he looked spry. I will say, like, I don't think he's magically healthy. I think we've seen peaks and valleys from AG. It
flares up.
It comes and goes, right? Yeah. And that's what we were warned. But tonight he obviously had it as in the dunker spot, and it mattered a lot. And not just the alley-oops, like the little dump-offs where he was under the rim, and whether it was using strength or up and under, kind of being able to score from an awkward position that, like, look, if Mike caught the ball under the hoop, God knows. But AG finds a way to score. A lot of good AG stuff tonight. I just would love to see better defense from Aaron. And maybe I'm being harsh, but I mean, guys just got fired. It's being harsh time. I think Gordon needs to defend better.
Christian Brown, however, 25 points from him. He was the leading scorer tonight. 9 of 12, 3 of 5 from 3. The note I'll give on CB is, because if I were ranking guys that I just thought, so Jokic tonight I thought looked different than other nights because of the leadership he was displaying, and also not being as on ball. I thought Aaron Gordon, because he looked healthy, but to your point, it might just be that he had a good day. It's good days and bad days. Christian Brown, I thought let it fly tonight from 3 in a way that I can't remember if it was Malone who said there's somebody had said this about him where you're like, you can always tell if he's going to make it or not because he'll hesitate when he's going to miss. Tonight he had kind of a no hesitation to his 3, I thought.
He started off very, like, there were a couple guys that you could point at and be like, okay, something's different tonight. Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon, Lane Pickett, Peyton Watson. But Christian Brown came out firing. Christian Brown came out, we were like, is Christian Brown our best player? Like, at a certain point, he had the lion's share of the points by a long shot. Like, Jokic had 4, and he had, like, 20. And it was insane. And he was he was finishing absolutely everything. And you're right, he was shooting it with no hesitation. And he was playing, even though he was playing very aggressively, he was playing within the flow of the offense. It wasn't disruptive. He wasn't just looking for a shot. It's just he was feeling confident enough to take advantage of moments that presented himself. And this is like another one of these things. It's going to be very interesting to see how this progresses. These guys that seemingly tonight showed signs of, if they were dormant before awakening. I mean, Christian Brown wasn't exactly dormant, but he looked like he was. You think he was dormant previous?
No. He scored 30 points in his last game. So I thought he played with a lot of energy and fire in that last one. Too.
Sure. But I mean, there was to me, it was just an overall.
Sure.
I don't know. He just looked different to me.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me how Christian Brown, you look down and then you look up and he's got 20 points.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy that we're at that point with him. And this probably happened, a couple months ago. Midway through the season, maybe even earlier than that. he just has these games where gets out on the break, 5 times in the first half, hits a couple threes. You look up and he's got 20 points.
Yeah.
And you're like, how? He's the perfect player for Yoke. I mean, he has really just catered his game to exactly like what the Nuggets need for him on offense. The 3, he needs to let it fly like he did tonight and like he has in these last couple games or so, because that's the final step for him.
It's funny to me that this was a classic Michael Porter night to me, and where I was like, he had a good game, he just didn't make his threes. He was 4 of 8.
Yeah, he made his threes, actually.
He made his threes.
It was the 2 wide open ones.
And that's what it is it feels like he's off tonight.
Especially because he hit 2 of the dumbest threes you've ever seen in your life.
4 of 8. First of all, 4's a lot for him, and 4 of 8 is just phenomenal. So
I loved 8. Yeah, I love 8.
Yeah, get those threes up, man.
I even wrote, when I wrote about like playing for each other and the sacrifice that isn't happening, it's awesome how Porter's been able to average 19 points a game. Sometimes it's because he gives up on his 3 and ducks inside, and I know some people like that from a development standpoint. I still think Porter has a responsibility to keep the defense honest. Like, he has to be the guy that takes 8+ threes. He just has to. And I loved how he looked to Tatum tonight. I thought 7 of them looked really confident when he went up.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a really good first half and a really quiet second half. Classic Porter. But that shot was really big, man. And I will also say Porter was decent in the non-Jokic minutes in the first half, right when it looked like those minutes were going to get away from them. Remember the first 3 were like disastrous. I think they called a timeout. Porter hit a couple buckets to kind of help stabilize. So
he had the big one late, man. That one that he had was AG had the 3 and then he had the 3. And both of those, like, if either of them misses, this game probably goes to clutch time.
I thought Porter played well tonight.
Yeah, I thought so too. So you get big performances from all these guys. I mean, the last guy I would talk about here is Peyton Watson. Because, again, it wasn't a ton of 25 minutes is a lot, and the stat line is not crazy. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist.
Hit the over.
Adelman playing 25 minutes tonight is meaningful.
Yeah.
Who was it in place of?
I mean, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, if you just told me the bench who plays the most minutes, you're like, well, Russ plays the most, and then probably then it's whoever has it going. Him playing 25 is like.
Did we see any Pickett Russ lineups tonight?
I don't think we did.
That was the other difference.
That's another one.
Separating those two. Yep.
Yo, Adelman. Hello.
Big fan of the show.
Did you notice for a while Christian Brown was running the point too? He
bring the ball up.
We've seen that.
But we've seen it, but like not for a while.
Yeah.
And it was actually like
Christian Brown did start a game at technically point
but that was like 400 years ago. I mean, we've seen a lot of things happen. We've seen a lot of things happen. This was notable to me. I mean, like that small or not, like there's just like little things that happen throughout the game that you're like, huh, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really encouraged that Adelman had the guts to kind of flex his muscle in this first game.
Yeah.
He's never been a head coach before, but he's been, Mike Malone's lead assistant for like the last 5 years. He's been on the staff for 8 years. He's been here a while. He knows this team. And it was just a really positive first tryout for him.
Yeah, it really was. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll finally get to Jalen Pickett.
Finally.
I mean, because I thought it was a little bit more of an extended conversation. So we'll get to it on the other side.
Save it for its own segment.
We could open up a new chapter of the season and just all about just another chapter.
That's what this chapter's called.
Dude, this is a new book, dude.
Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Obviously, Rockies fever is sweeping through the city. If you're trying to get in on that Friday rooftop action,
bro,
we'll talk about that later. But if you're going to be
the time for that.
If you're going to be on the rooftop, chances are you're probably going to need some premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Enter Shady Rays, an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product. It's rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all outdoor adventures. Plus, if your shades go missing, or they take an unexpected hit, you don't have to sweat it. They have the best protection in all of eyewear.
I'm gonna buy some
Every
right
pair
now.
is backed by lost or broken replacements.
This is such a good ad read. It's working on Adam.
It actually worked. I was sitting here thinking how I have my I need a new pair of navigators.
They're like, we're so glad.
I've never seen an ad read this good.
They're like, we're so glad we re-upped with you. We had one sale during the.
I'll tell you what, man. If you get them,
I'm gonna get them right now.
Find out that you actually don't love the way they fit you. You can exchange them for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support.
What do you think I should go with it?
Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com. That's where Adam is right now. Shadyrays.com. Use code DNVR for 35% off. Polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
Yeah, make sure you use the code DNVR.
Use the code.
Use the code, Adam.
Yeah, if you buy during the show and we don't even get credit for it.
Do I have more time or are we done?
Well, you have one more read.
All right,
shout out
we
to
gotta hurry
UC
here.
Health. UC Health. DNVR Nuggets is brought to you by UC Health, the official
Can I
healthcare
pull off
partner
gold?
of
You think I could pull that off?
the Denver Nuggets.
Are you just saying that?
And from what I've seen, us here on the
Think I can wear
DNVR Nuggets podcast, we're trying to live our healthiest lives. I've seen my guy D-Line here walking to the office.
Well, listen, the other day, I have been walking to the office a
you can
little bit,
return
but
it
the other
worry-free.
day I was doing it out of more of a mental health thing. So I guess maybe that counts.
Well, I think that's perfect. Yeah, UC Health. Vogt walks to the office too sometimes.
I do all the
Yeah.
time.
I've never heard of that.
Some walking, maybe a little running. Maybe we'll progress
Don't
to
get
that at
don't
some
get carried
point.
away.
Yeah, what?
Don't get carried away.
What?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Also, I'm
learn
driving
more
home
about
tonight.
living like there is a tomorrow. Go to uchealth.org for more info. UC Health, live extraordinary.
Yeah.
Now we're out of time.
And we're back here on the
They're
DNVR
not that
Nuggets
hard
Winter
to
Lounge.
purchase, I feel like.
Sorry. guys.
Presented by Bet365.
Well, it's not that they're hard to
where it's
purchase,
never
but there's
We
so
can-
many
we can
options.
There are
stall-
so many options.
we
man.
can
I
stall
wanna-
if you
I'll
use
probably
the
buy
code
2 pair. I'm
DNVR.
honestly gonna buy 2 pair. I'm gonna buy 2 of them right here.
Do separate purchases.
Okay, just the promo code a few extra times, guys. I'm excited to talk about Jalen Pickett. I'm excited to talk about him because
great.
he was incredible tonight. 18 points, 6 of 10 shooting, 5 of 7. The stat line doesn't really pop that much. 1 rebound, 4 assists, but just solid, man. Just gets the ball to Jokic, ran the show well. Did he have a turnover tonight? He had 1 turnover.
One.
And even hit a couple of big time shots. The 3 threes in a row was obviously had a good moment. It opened up the game, but the little one he had in the lane,
Yeah.
a little 10-footer, not a tough one, but just a clutch shot for a guy. I was so impressed with him. And Adelman playing him 31 minutes, I don't know what to make of that. 31 minutes for him tonight, Vogt.
Well, part of it was he played so well. I mean, like
It might not have actually been the plan. It just became the plan.
or just like no hard
Read and
choices to
react.
make here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Read and react
You're
coaching.
our guy. And without wanting to pile on, but just keeping it real, Russ was also particularly bad tonight. So I do think from that perspective, it was an easy choice. But I think Pickett just earned it. Like with each stint, he was trustworthy, which, by the way, is a phrase Michael Malone also used for Pickett by the end of the experience. And I think it was just, first of all, he gave them their best chance of winning tonight by being on the floor. So I don't even think this was just, here you go, pat on the head. It was, yeah, man, go get us this win. And he was ready for it. To me, he's actually at the top of my list of guys who really seem to have a little extra pep in their step tonight. And I thought he looked tremendous. And the thing about Jalen is it's really not just the box score. And I'm not just saying this to kiss your ass either, boss. He's a good team
Wait,
defender.
who are you talking to? Me, Harrison?
Hang on. Which boss am I? I'm just kidding. But he does. You are right that he is a good team defender, and he boxes out, and he does. You know, we talk about all the sort of one-way or limited players on this team. Some guys are smart. Some guys are more talented, less smart. Some can dribble but can't shoot. Some can shoot but can't dribble. Jalen Pickett can do a lot of different things.
I think he can do everything. He's just small and he's not great at any of it.
But he can do a lot of
But he can
different
do it
things,
all.
and it's a welcome addition to a roster that needs more versatility.
He can pass and dribble and shoot at backup point guard.
yeah, and defend.
Yeah,
And,
sometimes.
and rebound.
and
sometimes,
he's.
I
and
think
he's-
he can defend all the time. I don't think he makes
I
mistakes.
think he's a little vulnerable one-on-one defensively.
to DeRozan or guys
Right.
that you can shoot
Yeah.
over
And,
for sure.
and guys
the
who can sprint around him.
Yeah, a little bit. But also, he's steady.
Yeah.
Steady Pickett. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Solid Jalen.
solid Jalen. But I mean, like his, he contributed in nearly every way. But the way that he contributed the most tonight was he was raining hellfire from behind the 3-point line.
Raining.
He was just absolutely cashing it. He is. I mean, and that's the reason I've always had like I've not been able to like give up on Pickett. Like Adam, and I just this man can shoot. It's like it's unconventional. It doesn't look necessarily like a beautiful jump shot, but man, that thing goes in.
He, as much as anyone, I believe, has been working with Mike Penberthy since he got here. The guy we talked about the other day, Cal's hired to be a shooting coach. Pickett took to him and was like, all right, we're in the lab. We're going to work on this jumper and get it fixed. So a bit of a success story there for Penberthy.
Oh my God.
You know, I know it's kind of ironic, but
oh my God.
You guys want to know, by the way,
shoot enough darts, you'll hit bullseye once.
Here's the thing. Alex Caruso, to me, is the best in the NBA. I was talking about this on the All-NBA show today with Mark Campbell, because we legs out of town. Caruso's the best in the NBA at preparing for what defense he has to do coming up. So, like, if there's a pin down coming, he sees it and he positions himself early for it. You come around, there's a switch. Like, he just positions himself early, so he's almost beating you. Defense is reacting. He's almost proactive because he sees what's about to happen and gets in position. Pickett's the same way, man. Caruso's the best at it, but he's really good at this skill, and you can watch it tonight. There's a lot of just what they call the twist action, guard to guard, and then immediately a big comes up. So you're switching and then getting screened by a big, so it's two switches in one. And sometimes you'll slip, sometimes you do this. Tonight he had a masterclass in how to navigate that. It was nonstop, like reading it, quitting quickly. If it was a big, he would get behind him at the 3-point line so he couldn't lose ground on it. If he had to switch back out, he'd jump early so that he could deny. He just is really, really sharp. Like him and Jokic, this is why they're similar. They're both slow. He's so slow, and yet he's always ahead. And it's just because his brain is so fast. And tonight, defensively, I just think he's like not just a good, solid defender, can do all this stuff. He is a proactive defender to where he takes away what you're trying to do to them.
I mean, the same way that Jokic is on that end of the floor. And he does some of the similar things that Jokic does on offense, too, when it's just, you're talking about things he's anticipating or extra, movements he makes to get a guy a couple extra feet open or stuff like that. Something else I noticed tonight, though, was that I think Jokic really likes Pickett.
Yes.
There was this chemistry with those two tonight that I had not seen
Get a room,
really
you
at
guys.
all this season. I know, man. Like, check in. They like each other on the court. Like, they had a synergy. They were, like, very much on the same page today. They had a great rhythm in that two-man game.
Peanut butter and molasses.
I just hadn't seen it and really noticed it yet this season, and it was obvious tonight, I thought.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, like, truly, there's so many things to feel great about, and that just the Nuggets, like, having faith in one another, and those two having synergy, and, like, again, like, the defense just being in the right place. There's just so many things to feel good about with what you saw on the court tonight.
Do we have time to go to our UC Health Player of the Game?
Very curious.
Oh, God, what's it going to be?
We're the only ones
I'm
who
actually
don't know.
curious. This one is pretty even.
Even
5
Kale knows.
players with 18 or more. So who
He
did
got
it go
Kale.
to? It's the longest
very
term.
long
Yeah.
term.
Don't cross the picket line. Dude, what were the odds of Jalen Pickett getting a UC Health Live Extraordinary
If you're
Player
still
of
in
the
line,
Game?
stay in line. The picket line.
That is incredible, man. What were the odds, man? What were the odds coming into the year? Shout out to him. That is, of course, our UC Health
Is this his first one?
Live Extraordinary Player of the Game. It's got to be, don't you think?
I was wondering if we did one when he had the triple-double.
Oh, we had to have.
Yo,
You're
Casey
right.
just ordered some Shady Rays. What a good ad read.
Let's go.
Dude, I'm telling
Dude,
you,
was
man.
that you reading that? Should I buy some Shady
I think
Rays?
you should,
Are you the
man.
best ad man, the best pitch man in this company?
Many are saying.
UC Health is the official healthcare partner of DNVR. UC Health Live Extraordinary.
Go for walks.
I do agree, though, about the chemistry with him and Jokic. And Jokic was extra in his ear today. Just talking to him, hyping him up for mundane things. I mean, it was everybody, but I do feel like there's something too. We always say, if you just make the easy play, Jokic like appreciates it. And I think it happens so rarely that when there's a guy out there doing it over and over again, you're kind of like, this is nice.
Yeah, and I think it's really easy to see because I think he's about as close with Christian Brown, and Christian Brown's in his favor as any English-speaking player on that roster.
Right.
And how was that done? Do I think that Christian Brown is spiritually similar to Jokic personality-wise? Probably not.
Yeah.
I think he works really hard, and he goes to the right spots, and he simplifies the game, and he simplifies the game for Jokic.
Yep.
He even... Here's that heave you want, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Man, that was incredible tonight. Talk about not a homie
As
move.
opposed to Julian Strother, who completely missed that.
But it's the wildest thing. This is like Jalen Pickett's like the first like point guard that Jokic has played with in the longest time. Did you say that?
Were you talking about Christian though right now?
I'm sorry.
Or
He
both.
was talking about Christian giving Yoke the heave.
But it's related to Pickett.
My apologies.
Because I think
lost in the
Pickett
chat.
has a chance to ingratiate himself with the big fella in very similar ways.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually know how to do this. Oh, I'm actually going to work hard enough to do this.
So when Christian gave, sorry, I have this.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
Hit
the
it.
heave. It's
It
like
was
my
too
thing.
good.
When Christian gave Yoke that heave, like the look on Christian's face was like, "Oh my God, there's less than 3 seconds. I have to give it to him."
He's like, here,
Yeah.
right?
I almost wonder if in Yoke's speech to the team the other day after Malone got
give me
fired,
the ball.
he's like, "Guys, we really have to come together as one. Also, give me the ball on
Give me
heaves."
the ball and he's
Yeah.
And you know
Stop
what? Not a
rolling
heave.
Oh, because he was
He was
inside half
inside.
court.
He was
Yeah.
like one step inside, so
Yeah.
technically just a really long three,
Yeah.
a logo three. That was a really cool moment. Jalen Pickett, though, this begs the question. Jamal Murray presumably will be back. Tonight, he played twice as many minutes as Russell Westbrook. How does this play out, man? Do both of them play? To your point, they didn't play together tonight. They seem to switch. So do both of them play? Does Pickett? Is there a chance Pickett's in, Westbrook's out? How does this go?
I think Pickett takes Strother's minutes.
And just plays with Russ. But isn't Pickett's value a little bit of the
I don't know,
point
dude. Like
guarding?
all bets are off. I would think
You're
that there'll
right,
be some kind of stagger situation. Like you see the chemistry that was just displayed very clearly in front of you with Pickett and Jokic. You want to get those two together, but you also want to make sure. I mean, we've seen, I believe, to have Russ and Pickett. They've played together, right? Like
Russ and
Pickett
Pickett?
just in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Malone
It's
did
not
it.
good.
Malone did it too much.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no, you can't have a game like this and fall out of the rotation.
Playoffs are different. You know, what do you think? This is a tough question, I think. I mean, there's 2 more games to go, but what do you think, Wind?
It's like I feel like we all know the answer, and we're coming up with excuses for it not to be the case. I mean, Russ.
I don't know the answer. I'm so curious.
Throughout the first, 3 quarters of that Indiana game, I think Russ was great, and then fourth quarter had a meltdown. And like we've seen that too many times. There's bits and pieces of Russ's game that you want to have. His ability just to get to the rim and
Yes.
attack. He can do that honestly better than anybody else in the half court. Like that's still the case. But I would probably just rather Pickett. He's just the safer option, and you might not get the highs of Russ, but you won't get the lows.
Yeah.
I think Pickett is actually the safer option, but I think it will still be Russ, to be honest, or maybe it starts that way.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might actually just be that they both get chances.
They both get chances,
Yeah.
right? Or like tonight might be a good example. Like obviously, so let's say Jamal's starting and he's playing well. Russ spells. Russ gives you 5 tough minutes. Things are slipping. You need a win. Maybe you turn to Pickett. But look, I think Russ will get this opportunity.
Yeah.
Look,
The other thing to think about is Russ got the non-Jokic minutes tonight, by and large. You swap those roles, and it's probably different.
Every Russ fan in the world is snapping their fingers when you said that. I mean,
Well, it's just the truth.
no, that's what I'm saying. They would say that's a really good point. There's something to it, but I would be shocked if Russ is just not in the rotation.
I know, that seems
Start the
insane. It seems
playoffs.
insane.
It just seems unlikely.
He
to me.
also, like, as maligned as he is and how terrible he can be, there is a dynamism that he
Yeah.
brings at times where if the team is not moving, they're not kind of making, I mean, he will make something happen. That something might be a turnover or the worst shot you've ever seen in your entire life, but it's also, he can make a very tough finish at the rim. He can get an and one. He can get DeAndre Jordan going. Like,
For sure.
he can inject energy. It's just, you cannot rely on it for too long. That is the lesson that Malone never learned, but we've learned over and over and over. It's like when Russ starts to show cracks, like you have to pull him out. That's just it. But like you're going to get 10 good minutes out of him every night.
Man, what a game. What a game. Let's take a break. On the other side, I want to get to the feelings. You are more conflicted, I think, than the rest of the panel, but I want to hear about that bittersweetness to this game, and then we'll get to our Super Chats.
If you're looking to get active as the
Finish these
sun
sunglasses.
pops back out here in our great state of Colorado, or you're just looking to make new friends, or you and your friends are looking for somewhere else to go, just
Or
a
if you just
different
want to yam on some
third
fool.
space, or if you just want to yam on some fool. Volo is Denver's most popular provider of adults social sports leagues. Again, to clarify for D-Line's behalf, when they say adult, they mean that literally.
Yeah.
Just
Not like an adult movie.
Nope, just for adults. That's what he means. Pickup games and events. Sports offered include soccer, volleyball, pickleball, kickball, basketball, cornhole, and many more.
Yeah,
and
cornhole.
different levels,
Non-adult cornhole.
I'm actually a Volo cornhole champion. Not gonna
What?
lie. Yeah, I
Wait, really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
got carried, brother. I was
Dope,
like,
man.
I was like the Zeke Naji of that team, but we did have a Jokic. Anyway, I'm talking about Volo, which is awesome. There are tons of different ways to play and different levels of competition. Like if you're trying to play beer in hand kickball, that's a thing. If you're trying to really get after it, that's a thing too. So check out Volo. It's a great way to meet new people, stay active, get active. Right now, players can sign up as a free agent or a small group or a full team, and all ability levels and backgrounds are welcome to join. Use code DNVR10. That's DNVR10 for $10 off any Volo Denver League.
Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. Trucks have always been a part of their DNA. For generations, Toyota's built durable legends destined for greatness and perfect for Colorado. They've got everything you need. 17 models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. They've got 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from. They've got SUVs like the RAV4, the Grand Highlander, and of course we're live from the Toyota Lounge after every win, after every loss, hanging out with everybody in the Toyota chat too. So if you're off-roading, if you're in the mountains, or if you're just like cruising on the highway, Toyota, they have a car for you. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain State Toyota in Denver, Stevenson, Toyota Eastern Aurora, Stevenson, Toyota Western Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets. It's the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
Let's
go.
Like to the championship.
Let's go to the championship. Back here, final segment. So D-Line tonight you described as bittersweet. It's kind of funny because we're celebrating the team having new life. We're talking about some of the things with Michael Malone that maybe had worn thin, and even in a sense of like it was maybe time and you can make peace with it, it still feels like losing a family member in some way.
I mean, there's no other way to say it. You know, as wonderful as tonight was, and how reaffirming tonight was, and how inspirational tonight was, it's still just one game. We don't know for sure if the Nuggets are back. They certainly look it. But you have to just, you have to respect what has come before this, what it took to build this team to get to this place. Like messages wear thin, personalities can wear thin, but that doesn't mean that they weren't important and they weren't vital to the construction of this team to get us to this place to begin with. It's, and it would be disrespectful, and it would be, frankly, like, I don't know, it would just be unsettling to not acknowledge what Michael Malone has meant to this team, to the city, to this franchise. It's going to be like, you just see him not here tonight. It doesn't really feel like much. It's going to take, at a certain point, it's really going to set in that Michael Malone is no longer part of this team. And so, as celebratory as this is, for me anyway, I respect him a lot. He certainly had his flaws. I hate how it ended for him. I really don't like that it ended in such a fiery fashion. I wish that he'd been given the opportunity to do it a little bit more in a more dignified manner, but whatever. It's like, fuck it, we ball. Sorry, write the report, Kale.
Right.
11 minutes away from not having to write the
that's
report,
tough.
but all the same, I just think it's important to acknowledge what Michael Malone is and what Michael Malone has done.
Do you feel this at all for Calvin Booth? He was here 6 years.
I do, because listen, man, like, we know him personally. We've met him personally. Like,
I know Michael Malone.
What's up?
I said I know Michael Malone. I've talked to him significantly more than Calvin.
But all I'm saying is that's not a reason to favor one over another. I'm just saying, like, we know the hard work that goes into this. We know what Calvin's plans were, what he was wanting to do with this team, right or wrong. I mean, it certainly looks like he made a good decision on Lane Pickett. It certainly looks like he made a good decision on Christian Brown. It certainly looks like he
fired up, Kale.
Certainly makes is he a genius or is he fired?
Fired up. I don't even know.
Here's what I think about the
I
Michael
don't think
Malone.
you could fire it up after they got fired.
Here's what I think of the Michael Malone Calvin Booth thing. There's a little bit, not so much of it, but a little bit of Malone's very charismatic.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of like, we love that guy. It's our guy. He's charismatic. And Cal, to me, is honestly is the polar opposite of charisma.
Yeah.
You know, and he's almost in some ways.
Auraless.
Yeah, and he's almost in some ways just an awkward guy. And there's to me, there's a little bit of a like. I think people. I don't know how much it is they didn't like the plan or didn't like this, but there's a weirdness to me of like we're like, I wonder if Malone's watching this game. I wonder if Cal's watching this game.
I mean, dude, Cal wasn't like the voice and leader of the organization as they won their first ever title. So I'm saying very naturally the fans feel much closer to Malone than Cal.
I put out a poll though the other day yesterday that was just trying to wonder like who it was, and there were like who should have been fired, and 2% was for Michael Malone. There's like this like visceral thing, and I get it. Yes, he's front facing, so we know him. We're like know of him or this or that. But there's the
biggest part of it.
Yeah, but I think there's also like Tim Connolly wasn't that way.
I mean, I think as much as people like Tim Connolly, I think people probably feel like they have a closer vicarious fandom relationship with Malone.
Yeah, for sure.
Than Tim.
Yeah,
I mean, you're on to something.
I'm just
visceral,
saying.
yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah, auralist. There is a weirdness to this of like Michael Malone is very charismatic, has tons of aura, and one guy doesn't, and there's almost this like pitchfork and thing, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, it's a little weird. They killed each other.
It's super hot right now. I think that as time goes on, there'll be a little bit more perspective that comes into play. Like right now, firing the two of them felt like relieving like a pain.
Yeah.
Like the Nuggets were in pain and they had to remove something, and now they seem to be functioning again. And so you can just be like, thank God we got rid of those guys. But I mean, I don't look at it that way. It's just I think that the players stopped listening to Malone, and unfortunately, I think that that's sad on both sides.
Yeah.
Very.
And I hate that we're at this place, but at the end of the day, we believe in the Nuggets, and for me, we believe in Nikola Jokic. So my fandom of the team is unwavering, but I just I respect the man.
And more important of all, Nikola Jokic put the exclamation point on today when after the game he was asked, and he said, what is it? A wounded animal is dangerous, or what it's vulnerable.
Right here.
Yeah.
People say we're vulnerable.
On the
Beast
mic?
is always the most
Can anybody hear you, Cal?
No.
Then why are you reading it?
Nikola Jokic said
We appreciate the effort.
Nikola Jokic said
That was just mumbling words.
I was coming up with a horrible fake quote. Animals are wounded, and
the DNVR Nuggets account tweeted out the video as well. People said we are vulnerable, but the beast is always the most dangerous when they're vulnerable. Maybe he woke up the beast. And the he that he's talking about is Josh Kroenke and the moves he made.
The one thing I hope to be true in him referencing Josh Kroenke in that is that him and Josh have a close relationship. I don't know that to be true or false. I have no idea, to be honest with you. And if I were to guess, I'd say probably not. But it is interesting that he is talking about his coach getting fired, and he's like, maybe he woke up the beast. It's just interesting, I hope Josh Kroenke's in attendance tonight.
I mean,
I hope they had dinner or something.
Like
is what I'm
again,
trying to say.
I don't think it's as simple as that guy's gone. Now we can go. Now we can be us. Like I don't. I think it's someone just got fired 3 days before the playoffs. Wake up.
Yeah.
Or it's you,
I
or
think
it's
you're
you
right.
next, or it's you
Absolutely.
next, or it's
That's
you
exactly
next.
right.
I think that's exactly what it is, honestly.
That's a great way to say it.
He woke up the beast now.
Is this not one of the coldest bars you've ever heard from any athlete ever?
I like it, actually. What you're saying here is this is almost the echo to two Jokic. This is the trilogy. Earlier, it's like your paycheck wouldn't be as hard as we could.
Right.
And then when Luka got traded, it was like, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Everyone should be looking around the corner. And this one might be he woke up the beast, which is we don't need that.
Right.
We no longer need any more of this. We're ready. We can focus. I like it.
Now's the moment.
That's the little trilogy.
By the way, to your point, Wind, Serbians speak almost exclusively in proverbs, and it is very conducive to awesome quotes. That's one of my favorite parts of the Jokic.
This is just such a bar, man.
It's so good.
If the Nuggets go on a run after this quote,
might have ourselves a little playoffs slogan here. Might be a late arriving.
good thing we were talking playoff slogan today.
Yeah, we might have found a late nominee. Kale, did anybody super chat tonight?
Just a few people.
Is RJ going to call in or no? Do we know?
I don't think so.
Ben, 1994.
Yoke doesn't come to the podium for an hour and a half.
Yeah, he probably still hasn't gone yet.
So some quick notes post game, really quick though.
Yeah.
No more DPOG chain.
Hell yeah.
Take that chain on the way out.
We had heard that, Yoke and the players were kind of over it. now they don't have it anymore. Also, this was interesting. No, like, shower for David Adelman when he walked into the locker room after the game. Just a very, like, business-like, they got to win. Like, nobody was, like, jumping up and down or anything.
That's kind of
actually
interesting.
I actually think that's awesome because they expect to win.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
they're not like we actually did it. They're just like hell yeah.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
All right. Winningest coach of all time, 1-0. Undefeated. What do we got?
Oh, sorry, guys. Ben, 1994. The beast is most dangerous when it's vulnerable.
With that, as you say, Harrison, that is one of the coldest bars. Although, if you actually listen to him, he mumbled through that pretty bad.
By the way, really quickly, Vic Lombardi did say this, and I want to, because we put this out there. I know Matt Moore put this out there as well, but Jokic did confirm to the media. He said he knew about the dismissals before most, but it's not like they asked him for his permission,
Good.
nor he was expecting them to. And I think very, very like Jokic, like this is his job, that's their job, this is a business, and I think that kind of checks out with how we understand Jokic. Back to the super chats real quick. Ryan B, pregnant man emoji. White. Is that what is that? Is
It's
that
a picket sign.
Oh, don't cross the picket line. A bunch of those.
Yeah.
We're so back.
Pregnant man emoji. Again, in case you're wondering, the Nuggets tonight reborn through David Adelman, the pregnant man.
Tom was here. Our postseason is now pregnant with opportunity.
Let's go,
Pregnant man.
Nobody
pregnant
gets it like
man.
our chat.
All the they do get the show. That's the best part. Hashtag all the Nuggets are good. Thanks for the watch along. You guys are the best. No, you guys are the best. Brandon Sims. Buckle up. Jokic 21 triple dubs this season before the fourth quarter.
It's unbelievable.
Such a good stat.
It's
It was
unbelievable.
crazy. 402 Nuggets. We are reborn. Pregnant man. Sammy G. The beast is most dangerous when it is vulnerable. Nikola Jokic. Excuse me while I go run through this wall.
Hell yeah.
Go beat the hell out of some other beast.
Dude, I'm telling you, we
got
needed that
chills,
quote. We
man.
needed it. And then his voice is all gone. You're like, hell yeah, Yoke.
Poy Pig Bew. I'm really sorry. I can't do that one. I learned today that I prefer players that make open threes and do not make dumb passes over those that do not make open threes and do throw dumb passes.
I don't know who you're talking about. That seems it's interesting.
Felix Tannenbaum. Jokic unlocked. Final effing form.
There's no way
man,
it's
that would be incredible.
There's no way it's his final form.
No.
It's GMich. We need lead GM.
Mr. Exquisite Nugget. Let's get Brate. Jokic, the chip guys. All the Nuggets are good.
Let's go.
Alex
They are, dude.
Ungerman. Booth sucked, but my overreaction? Look at Pickett tonight. Imagine where he'd be if Malone hadn't hamstrung him for the sin of being drafted by Booth. Listen, this goes to the point some have made, which is both have a hand in this, right?
Yep.
In fact, everyone really had a hand in this. Booth really could scout, laughing my ass off.
That was his skill.
Pickett is free from the shackles of Malone, baby.
Oh God, the bar's too high now.
Yeah, I know it is way too high.
He's gonna have a solid 8 points next game. Where we're like,
know.
what happened to
Also,
him? Come
Pickett-
on, Adelman.
I know.
Also, Pickett also starting under Malone, but that's okay. That's okay.
That's right.
Nash Sweden, if Pickett was to close Minnesota game instead of Russ,
Hey, boy.
listen, we can do a lot of those. this
Maybes
year.
and butts were cherries and nuts.
Nice. CJ Jones. Okay, to be honest, back when I flipped the switch, I didn't realize it was the nuclear switch. But hey, everyone looked good, and Jokic is reinvigorated. LFG, I'm ready for the effing playoffs.
You're so
I'm not
good.
ready. I'm not ready.
I'm
I need,
totally
I need,
ready.
No, I need 2 more games.
I'm totally
I
ready.
need 2 more games.
Jake Moss, Jokic's post-game interview had me fired up. Let's
Let's
go.
go, baby.
Peter Duck, feels great to say. All the Nuggets are good.
I know.
Jeremy, J Rock Michael. We will always cherish Moach. Cronky's woke the beast. Hashtag Kochik. Hashtag picket line. Les Westy. Horse yoke. The band plays on. All the Nuggets are good. See you Friday.
Look that everyone just speaks in memes on our show.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
insane. It's just a list of memes.
This is. I like the idea of
list of
someone's like,
inside
"Have you
jokes.
checked out the DNVR show?" And all they hear are the
I know.
super chats.
There's
Yeah,
definitely
they're
people
just
that are watching this show for the first time, having discovered it yesterday.
They're like, "This is the whole
and
thing."
now they're like, "What is?
This is a lot of inside
They're like,
This is a lot of it. This is
they're
a
like,
lot of it.
I think I don't know if I like the pregnant
Look,
man thing. Whatever, we don't care.
If you're new here, just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Dean G. 1, great reporting last 36 hours. 2, hearing the division between coach and GM and the extent of it, no wonders, no vibes. That would be a cloud over everything and everyone except Joker. Nail on the head, Dean.
Especially
Especially
Joker. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're right.
Especially Joker.
If you guys are watching this on our Fast channel, head on over to YouTube or to the internet where we can curse. Go for it, Kale. There it is.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
now you can
My fast button didn't work.
Oh my
no.
God. We are unshackled.
Now we're talking about being
we're
unshackled.
unshackled now, man.
Irwin Manning kill. Jalen Mitty in crunch time was very encouraging.
That midi, man.
That little turnaround.
Yeah, it was.
Show us your middies.
Jesus, dude.
We're in overtime.
We're overtime, man.
Yeah,
Anything
fine,
goes.
fine. Ken Patterson, Nuggets only 7 turnovers tonight.
Fuck
I've
yeah,
been
man.
telling you, 7
Yeah, fuck
turnovers.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Trevor, as a Sacramento resident, I promise you, all the Kings fans know that Jokic is the GOAT. And in the words of Jokic, the beast is most dangerous when it's vulnerable.
Bro, this
yeah,
is
man.
this
that was
is
sick.
I'm getting chills every time you say
every
it.
time.
Hood Poppy. Okay, Murr, now go be the Nuggets head coach. Turn Pickett into Steph Curry and lead them to the promised land. That's an impractical Joker's joke. Okay. James Jimmy, practical Jokers, very topical. They're doing well in the headlines. James Jimmy Adelman did a good job of leashing Russ after his turnovers, better than Malone. Najee has the best defensive rating on the team with over 500 minutes. I'm irked he didn't play.
Dang.
Adelman, highest win percentage coach in Nuggets history.
True. Indisputable.
Undefeated.
Brandon Sibbs, Nuggets now playing Colfax mode. Jokic is number 15. boss.
Colfax mode sounds bad.
Yeah, if you actually could see Colfax
You
right
actually
now,
banned
it
in
is.
Colfax mode. It's not.
Yeah.
It's mode to turn off.
You don't want to be
actually.
in Colfax.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a mode to turn
If
right
you,
off.
yeah, if you like wandered into a hospital and explained that you were in Colfax mode, they would take you right in. You're like, please,
Get
I'm
him
in
in here.
Colfax
Get him
mode.
in
They're
here.
like, Jesus, get this man in.
Does he have any weapons? All right, altitude sickness. Super grateful for Coach Jokic or Coachich. I'm not taking for granted watching this group together anymore. Who knows what'll happen this offseason?
Great take. Great take.
Do not take any of this for granted, ever.
Dusty old Cowtown. LOL. Ryan Blackburn tweeted Jalen, quotes, Mares Pickett.
So funny.
GGX Gang HQ. The beast is always the most dangerous when it's vulnerable. We have entered dark Jokic era. Swiper foretold a 2018 LeBron-esque playoff
I'm
run
sure
from
he
Jokic.
did, man.
What's with all these
They,
outside, these
also,
other Nuggets?
also they
showing
lost that year.
Swiper, Blackburn. Get the hell out of here with that.
They got beat pretty bad.
Yeah. So you're saying Mike forgets the score. Sick.
It would be Mike, unfortunately.
Mike.
I hate to say it, but it would be
God,
Mike.
listen, it was my first candidate too. Nick Trumbo. The beast has awoken. LFG. Bringing a crew to the takeover for my birthday.
Oh,
on
hey,
Friday.
Go Reds this weekend.
It's
Yeah,
Friday
this Friday. Can't wait to see the fellas. The vibes are back.
Takeover Friday. Let's do.
against the Memphis
sold out?
Grizzlies.
I think we are.
Sold out.
You know we're sold out because no one's yelling at us.
Yeah, it's true.
Mitchell Cox, the ultimate irony. Zeke victory card leading to Malone getting
Oh,
fired,
oh my
leading
God.
to a DMP. Actually,
Dude, the cards are cruel, man. The cards are cruel,
an
man.
NBA
Victory,
season.
but at what cost?
At what
It
cost?
might be the victory card was Zeke won the battle.
Oh my God!
Zeke
But did
Malone
he?
stand
He's
up.
just back on the bench.
Well, he lost the war.
Basketball season has a great sense of humor. It really does. Genuinely nice people. Wild and sad 24 hours. Thanks for 8 hours of pods to talk us off the ledge. Please, basketball gods, give us a healthy Jamal, and we're back on parade.
We're back on parade.
I
bro.
need a break, you
We're
guys.
back. No, listen.
Yesterday almost killed me.
I mean, truthfully, like it was so therapeutic for us to
Yeah.
just talk. And I know that other people felt that way, but like I think if I'd been left up to my own devices, I'd probably woken up this morning like with a real dark cloud over my head, trying to like piece together what this meant for the Nuggets.
You would have gone
What-
Colfax mode.
I would have gone straight Colfax. I'd have gone Colfax mode. But no, I talked it out. I heard other perspectives. Like the entire Nuggets universe, the whole NCU came together and really lifted everybody's spirits, and it was fantastic.
Speaking of the NCU, 5-5-5-5-5-5-ish, the offense felt confident and decisive, unlike any game I've seen this season. Guys knew what they wanted to do. 55 Pickett playoff minutes?
No, don't switch up
Yeah,
now.
don't switch up.
5-5-5.
You can't switch up.
Yeah, no,
Don't
man.
switch up
Wait,
on us.
yeah. If you're on that side, stay on that
He's
side.
trying not to get too greedy. GGX Gang HQ. My dad and I got Nugget tickets last Christmas for Friday's game.
well.
Wow.
Happy
Whoa.
it just so happens to line up with Takeover Night. Hope to meet some of
Wow.
y'all. Please, yeah, please
Happens
do.
to line up with we're back too.
Holy
Shoot us a
smokes,
message
dude.
on the old online machines.
Man, no one has
say.
better foresight than Santa.
Miroslav's out here next weekend, by the way. He was sweating it for a second there.
Oh, we're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah,
just
that's true.
FYI.
Knock on wood.
Yeah,
Knock
we're
on
out
wood.
here.
You're
Yeah,
right.
that's true, man. David Yankovic. RIP Project Dynasty and RIP Project Bullshit. Long live Project Wake Up the Beast.
Project Wake Up the
man.
Beast.
Maybe this was a long ploy by Calvin Booth to actually get fired and wake up the beast.
That's
Takes
right.
off his mask. He's actually Stan Kroenke.
This is what it'll take to get Pickett his burn. I will do it.
He sacrificed himself for Jalen Pickett.
He's just like one of those up close magicians. He just,
GGX Gang HQ. Phoenix officially eliminated from the playoffs. LOL.
That is actually
You know what?
wild.
Well,
I mean, we
yeah.
saw it coming, but
It's a
like,
nice one.
Wow.
Listen,
Good season, guys.
have the vibes been awesome here? No. But have they been worse there? Hell yeah. Maddox, the second title is going to be a movie. Hashtag woke up the
They won a
beast.
title this year after the like.
it's not even a little
Did
bit
you
off the
listen
table.
to Jokic's
I
quote?
listened to it, man.
Did
It
you
just
hear
would
what
be-
that man
It
said?
would be the funniest title of
They
all time.
still have almost. I mean, they have the same players. Like
Honestly, I feel like it's I feel like that would be a agenda annihilate. Like in the end, everyone kind of won and lost at the same time. Whether you're a fan,
No
a member,
agenda except the Jokic agenda.
they all kind of cancel out, and the
out.
only agenda that ever mattered was Jokic.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean,
That is
come
the-
on.
That would be so Nuggets, though.
that's the true Manhattan Project.
Drunk philosophy. Pickett almost did the Freebird fly his last 3-pointer.
What's
He
that?
did. I don't know, but I think it's this.
Oh,
I'm just going to use.
this is his thing because his nickname is Whoop,
Yeah,
so that
Is
makes
what?
a
I think that one could use work, but I'm
It's
not
been
going to
for a
tell
long
him.
time, so I'm just telling you guys right now. Whoop.
I feel like we could.
Like whoop that trick.
Yeah.
Jalen,
Exactly.
if you're looking for secondaries, it's kind of what we do in the nickname department. Cherokee Max, Horseman, Appleman, Pregnant Man, don't matter. Nuggets and
Let's go, baby. That's a great super chat. Well done.
It's all about the man.
Drunk philosophy, I love you all, but Vogt's analysis has really been top shelf. Watching
Okay.
for years, Vogt's had big growth this year. Appreciate your eyeballs and brain.
You paid
Wow.
$5 for that?
Yeah,
at that.
I actually thought I only put $2 in when
I
I
haven't heard. We haven't heard from Drunk Philosophy.
Thank
in a
you very
while.
much, Drunk.
Dude,
To be
and
fair,
just
he's
how
had a
drunk.
lot to drink.
Just how drunk.
Thank you very much. Toko Gita, by the way, you guys too. Toko Gita, Adelman is the next Tyronn Lue.
Whoa.
And will bring us a chip. Joker is rejuvenated. Hashtag poke the beast and find out.
I like it's
PTBFO.
evolving.
It's turned into a totally
This
different
is
thing.
why you
and
don't slap the beast.
the greatest,
'cause
the
beast
greatest part is
awakens.
that the greatest part is that he changed the quote and then turned it into an acronym immediately.
Less than 90 minutes old and
It's already evolved. And again, Jokic didn't even get it out cleanly. He had like 3 or 4 whatever.
One of our many going to the games as a fan benefactors, Jeremy J-Rock Michael. Bwahahaha. Peanut butter and molasses. Yes. Classic.
That's a classic D-lineism.
Gonna
Classic
read the
bar-
username
bars,
here.
bars.
Pickett lover. Westbrook's over. Spacing with Pickett over Russ equals huge. Pickett Baldwin, Kings left him. Russ failed. Pick passes to Yoke when DHO creates switches. Simple. Breathe. Peace.
Nuggets are the 4 seed again.
Wait, really? Didn't the Clippers win? Or did they lose?
Yeah, but I think we have the
They're tied right now?
But we're ahead, I think.
we have some tiebreakers. Some
I'm saying the night to get. Did the Clippers lose tonight?
No, they won
they
today.
won.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
no,
follow.
the Warriors lost.
I see.
Warriors are in
Roly
the play.
poly. Malone is a minor. Adelman is a prospector.
I don't know what the
I don't.
difference
Yeah,
is.
it does, but it sounds
What's a
provocative.
prospector?
Yeah, Malone's a minor.
Oh God,
Hang on.
really just ruined
Wait,
it.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it not?
Yeah,
I'm
come
sorry.
on, dude.
Sorry,
Yeah, come
I
on.
Have some
ruined it.
respect for.
No,
I
those
thought
are
you
for
said-
people we don't like.
Do you not respect Malone?
Yeah,
Jeez,
come on,
dude.
Eric. Joe Shea, playoff hard in round 1. Tired Thunder off of a tough Wolves series in round 2. Adelman is the Lakers' father who stepped up. Round 3, Jaylen Brown is kind of bad this year. Round 4, am I insane? Be insane, man.
Be
or whatever.
insane, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
support
gonna
it.
say,
Dad who stepped.
oh,
up.
they did rest SGA tonight, but the Thunder had not been resting their guys at all.
Yeah,
I was like, why are they not resting their
they're
guys?
young.
They're young and they're deep too, right? It's not like they're playing the same guys.
I know their
like
second
40.
unit's pretty good.
Drunk philosophy
We'll see.
again. Malone is legend already, but could become mythical status if he comes to the playoff games and roots for his guys. A tear would fall off from my cheek.
I would bet that doesn't happen.
That's probably a big ask, but you're right. It would be cool.
I do hope that the Oregon him do not have an ugly split. That this is just like, you know what, whatever, and he's a Nugget for life.
What about a twist ending joint bitter podcast with George Karl?
Yeah, it's called "Fuck the Nuggets."
Against all odds, those two get along.
Yeah, it's like
No way.
like and subscribe. Fuck
Yeah.
the Nuggets on wherever you find your podcasts.
Kyle M. Hey, Adam.
Hey, it's my turn today.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Amin. Adelman had kind of similar rotations as Malone, but he has a better feel for the game and adjusts quicker. MPJ, PWAT, and Pickett found new life.
There you go.
I love that we like just have a full read on Adelman. We're like,
I know.
he's got a great.
The thing is, yeah, you see what he's doing. Is
Aaron
His
Sanchez.
8-point win against the Kings.
Anyone notice how Porter disregarded anything Jokic was talking about on the sideline or mid-huddle? Dude's gone unless we go deep into the playoffs.
I thought he looked pretty curious about it.
yeah, that one we just noticed curiosity was the thing.
Yeah, it was peaked.
He was like stroking his goatee, like
Yeah, dude.
very curious.
That's when you're curious. That's how you do it.
I know. Well, especially him.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you were incurious, you definitely wouldn't do it.
Man,
would
that's
not do that
crazy.
if you
That's
were
crazy.
Roly
No,
poly.
that's definitely tough.
That's
That's
tough.
tough. That's tough.
That's tough, man.
Roly poly, coaching and playing and leading. Is that MVP or what?
That's tough.
Seems like no.
Jay,
No. Yeah. not
apparently
really.
not. But Jay Kerr, would you have guessed that Booth studied sociology at Princeton? Missed workplace cooperation 101? Smart man wrote an MBA salary cap economics paper.
Is that true?
You know what? I was going to wonder if you guys do that.
He didn't go to Princeton.
This is
went to
just
Penn State.
total.
Maybe he went to Princeton.
We don't know.
One thing about super chats is we won't fact check them.
Yeah.
Big Honey, Yoke's dangerously vulnerable beast reminds me of a Kobe quote. Are you a different animal and the same beast?
All right, there you go.
Brian Matsuno. The vibes are back. DA's presser and speech make me a believer. The beast is awakening. Jamal in the rust minutes, and we're gold, baby. Go back to
Jamal.
glory.
Jump off 17 minutes a game. Yeah, I like it.
I think a locker room speech.
Locker room.
Thank
there
you very
go.
much. Dusty old Cowtown. Love it. Brandon Sims. Let's make Colfax mode a thing.
Let's
Guys,
not.
again.
Dude, let's not, dude.
Already
It's
a thing.
not a
Again,
good
yeah,
thing.
it's
It's
not
already
a great
been,
thing.
it's been a rough 5 years for Denver.
Yeah.
Your
How's-
family doesn't want you to go
How's your
Colfax
grandpa
mode.
doing?
Call your
Kinda
parents.
going Colfax mode lately. Grandpa's tough, man. We're arranging some plans right now.
Colfax.
What
He's
did
full
D-Line
Colfax
do
mode.
after that Game 7 loss? He went Colfax.
Dude, I went full Colfax mode. Full Colfax mode.
God, I really
Colfax.
do
He's
love
Taking off
Colfax,
both of
man.
his shoes and one of his socks.
The Fox Prince. I said if we win tonight, I'm going to the takeover game.
Let's
See
go.
you on Friday, fellas.
You won't regret
Yeah,
it.
man.
BMW Playboy. What's up, Cedric? Haven't heard from you in a minute.
New one, guys.
Yoke,
New Cedric
Pickett,
just dropped.
AG, Cedric, Vogt, Zeke. Good job, fellas.
Dang,
Zeke
dude.
didn't play, man.
Got his
But
own
thank you,
shout-out.
Cedric. Big Honey, no Adam. It's Big Whoop.
Yeah, that's it. Big whoop.
Big whoop.
Leo Herrera. I have faith we're going on a run. All the Nuggets are good. Leo Herrera again. Also, shout out CB for the dream shake in the fourth. Feel
Yeah,
like I
that was
missed-
good. That was a Jokic dream shake. Yeah.
Shane McAllister, new nickname
Instead of whoop.
instead of Whoop, Darling Picky. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's gonna stick. Maddox.
Darling Picky.
What about
if you know.
Colfax mode?
He's going
Pickett is Colfax mode.
Just saliva flying from his mouth.
I know. We're like, he's Colfax. You're like, what do you mean? We're like, well, he's homeless.
Maddox manifesting the chip by saying, "I'll drop $100 if we win this year." Hashtag all the Nuggets are vulnerable and therefore dangerous.
And therefore, dude, this 100, we got a carrot dangling in front of our noses. We need to do what we can
Yeah,
to make
that's
this
right.
happen.
God,
Ryan B, is it that Russ has been bad? That means he's going Colfax mode.
Russ might be the most Colfax
Dude,
mode
Russ
player on
has
the
kind of
team?
gone Colfax mode lately.
Stumble into another one. Dude. 3 minutes left in the show. Max Goldie, Hall of Fame coach's son. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna be just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Love how Howman complimented the team's communication amongst each other tonight.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
I
that will
always
do.
thought we needed a son of a former NBA coach on this staff.
Yeah.
The Nuggets
that
are
will
revolving shark teeth of sons of coaches.
More nepotism. Just kidding.
All right, hit that
Congratulations.
outro music.
Yeah,
Guys,
very
the Post Malone era begins with a dub, begins with good vibes. Only 2 games to go in the season, and you know what? There's a whole new life. What happened?
Colfax mode is beautiful.
I love when Harrison loses. He might be the funniest person to lose it.
Colfax mode is booty ball. I don't know why that's
Okay.
so funny. It just
Drew
is.
Abreu, noticeable different energy tonight. Closest this team has looked to the Nuggets since last season. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
The Fox Prince. Also, I'm so glad that my fake nail broke today. Oh, shout out
Hey.
the Fox's Prince. Thanks for hanging out at the bar. today.
She lost 2 nails. She named them Calvin Booth and Michael Malone.
Yeah, she told me to. Yeah.
She said one was a little more painful than the other. Now that they're both gone.
Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you tomorrow for an off day show. That's going to be a banger.
Big whoop.
Go all silly like the mayor.